Hello everyone, I'm not making this video to bash Star Citizen. No, I want to help them. I want Star Citizen to become a fantastic game and a huge success. I just don't have any hope left with Chris and CRG's top management. I noticed something on Spectrum. Here we have General, sorted by New. Let's scroll down. This is the first page. And interesting thing is, we still have threads 2 days old on the first page. In the past, we had days with more than 3 pages on Spectrum. And if I go to feedback, a lot of the threads that were on General are getting moved to feedback, aka graveyard. Seriously, stupid game mechanics by a little bit. This thread has been moved to feedback by moderation. P-bar isn't 5 km radius for the radar, a little bit too low. This thread has been moved to game ideas by moderation, aka graveyard number 2. Sumerian Monk, when will we be able to choose servers? This thread has been moved to game ideas by moderation, where at the moment it's on feedback, aka graveyard. Lord Retrospect, destroy button please CRG. This thread has been moved to feedback by moderation. Jackie Roshi, basics in year 14. Jackie Roshi always makes very good postings and very good comments on Spectrum. This post has been edited and moved to feedback by moderation. Why do you need to edit a posting by Jackie Roshi? His postings are always very kind. And of course, this thread by Pointer, a gaming thread about how buggy Star Citizen is. This thread has been moved to feedback by moderation. I guess you're getting the picture now. CRG moves a lot of threads from General to feedback, aka graveyard, because those threads are a little bit unpleasant for CRG. Here's a posting by Mortimer Houston, you deleted recently on Spectrum. Yes, he was not exactly praising Star Citizen, but I think this is very good feedback. You used the excuse, he was talking about bans to remove his posting, and my comment. Let's see. And the people clamoring for accountability are pushed aside, shouted down, or outright banned from the communities because what they are saying is inconvenient to the narrative. He wasn't talking about bans on Spectrum. Yeah, but CRG used this excuse to remove his posting. While we are at feedback, here's a Reddit thread on r/gaming about someone who tried Star Citizen Freefly. And his experience wasn't exactly fantastic. 6,100 upvotes, 1,400 comments. And of course we have the White Knights who are claiming r/games, r/gaming hate Star Citizen. Why would anyone on r/games, r/gaming hate Star Citizen? They don't have a horse in this race. They are just normal gamers who expect a game in year 14 after more than $1 billion in funding in a Freefly event to work halfway decently. No one expects a game in alpha to be bug-free, but no one expects a game in alpha to be a total buggy mess with massive dosings, even of players and NPCs at walking speeds. At the beginning of this video I said I don't want to bash Star Citizen, so here are solutions for CRG. First, fix playability. Don't just pretend to fix playability, like I did in 2018 and 2025. Remember Chris' letter from Sherman, December 2024? 2025 will focus on playability. As we jump into the new year, our primary focus across our Star Citizen teams is clear: improving playability. Our drive for playability surrounds 3 critical areas: performance, stability, and content. We understand that the live environment must be far more reliable and consistent, and we are determined to deliver on this. I would like to remind everyone this is not exactly the first time that Chris plays a playability card. He already did this, for example, in 2018.
And we're running a live game, and that's sort of the epiphany that we've had internally, which is, okay, we need to focus on how the game plays now. We've got to improve the quality of life. We've got to improve the user experience, the UI, how you get into it, make it accessible, ensure that the gameplay right now is polished. We're not there yet, but we are definitely working towards that every single release, and that is a priority for us.
Yeah, Chris thinks we are stupid. Chris thinks we forget. Chris can just play the same hand again. Well, we saw no improvement in playability in 2025. We still have the same old bugs. These things are still absolutely terrible. You can argue the game even got worse in 4.5 when CRG introduced engineering. Now CRG servers that were already way overworked have to keep track, have to distribute and have to store even more data. If your game in year 14 after more than $1 billion in funding would actually be halfway playable, such threats like for example this on r/gaming wouldn't even exist. People would make threats on r/games, r/gaming and praise your game. People would buy more ships. You, CRG, you would earn more money. However, Chris is only interested in eye candy, cool cinematic and his interactive movie Squadron 42. Chris does not care about the PU. According to leaks, Chris has allegedly put at least $500 million exclusively into Squadron 42. It is very, very unlikely Squadron 42 will make $500 million in profit. Second, don't be so harsh on Spectrum. This makes you look very bad. Of course, you should delete threats that are insulting or attacking devs personally, but you are way too strict. You are removing postings because someone wrote banned by the communities and you thought, hey, he used the word banned, let's remove his posting. He wasn't talking about bans on Spectrum. You are moving threads into feedback aka graveyard because you don't like their content. Third, have a much better onboarding process. Yes, there's a tutorial, but it's terrible. It's very, very bad and it's very confusing for new players. I feel very sorry for everyone who tries to play Star Citizen for his first time in a free fly event. Chris, show us that you care. 4. Don't release ships like recently a month, a ship for $345.10. This is my price with my local tax, without even spend like 5 minutes to quickly test the ship. This makes you look very, very bad, Chris. I think it's still time to turn this ship around and make Star Citizen a fantastic game. Just not with Chris and CRG's top management. They have shown by now they don't care about the MMO, about Star Citizen. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. We are starting with my character standing just in front of the threads. Okay, Flicker, please move forward. Yeah, you are just getting tracked along. More, please. You take no damage, you are just getting tracked along. Okay.
Not because our physics code is terrible, and in fact, it's great.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.